Good morning. So, heading out of here a little later than I planned. Didn't sleep so good. Woke up 3 o'clock this morning. And then just tossed and turned, played on the phone, upload the video. Anyway, it's 8 o'clock here now. So, got 17 miles to go over to the next pickup. And then start hauling towards Massachusetts. Pretty much all I got right now. So I was just writing all my information down because I didn't get to do it yesterday. The first stop that I already loaded on, that one's actually paying $2,579.84. It's showing for 1,391 miles. And then the next one is showing $1,704.31 on 1,371 miles. That one's the LTL. So they're only showing 20 miles difference, but they're also, one's a little closer and one's a little further. My final stop's going to be the first stop that I picked up, which is the tarp roofing stuff in Woburn, Mass, which is just north of Massachusetts, or just north of Boston. And then this other one is west of Boston. I'm not really sure how far. I know they're 60 miles apart. I think they're 60 miles apart. Pretty sure that's what I pulled up already. So yeah, that's it. We're gonna get rolling over to the next stop and show you guys what I got.
Oh my baby, got me staring at you. So I'm crazy. Won't you bend that back for me? We won't stop. Got your feet both locked. You get to fly with me. I can take you down for a ride. I take you around my life. Jaywalking, crosswalking, lip locking, but you, I know it, you know it, we make it.
Good morning, guys. It's Saturday and we are parked at a Petro, mostly because I didn't use my shower yesterday at the TA, and that's because we're coming into the winter months and I don't shower every day now. Mostly because the cold air, it dries the crap out of my skin, and then I start itching and I start getting like rashes and stuff. So unless I get really bad, I generally don't need a shower every single day, but if I need it, I take it. So anyhow, we stayed here at the Petro. I was shooting for the pilot, but I ended up staying here instead so I could take my shower. I had a shower left over from sometime last week when I got 60 gallons at the Petro, just to get me over to Ohio. But here's the load that we got yesterday. It's a melter machine. Basically, they use that wand right there, this stick here with the yellow on it. They use it to seal up the cracks in the road. So you'll see those black lines all the time going down the highway or down side roads or something like that for the pavement. And that's what they use this machine for. We got 6 tie down points. These two in the back here. I basically ran one chain across, hooked up on both sides, Same thing here in the middle. So we got pulling forward and backwards, 4 points, and then we got this one here. That one's just pulling down the tongue. So technically there's 5 points of securement. 2 pulling back, 2 pulling forward, and then the one holding the nose down. That board did move a little bit, but that's when it came a little loose again. Yeah, I'll take a hammer and I'll smack that one back real quick, back forward a little bit so it doesn't pop off the board. But here's a pretty full look of the load. Can't really fit it all on the camera right now. Just a little bit more. Close enough. Alright, so that's our load. We are at the Petro in Fremont, Indiana. Like I said, just finished up taking a shower, getting ready to roll out of here. Today's a sweatpants day. Mostly because all my pants are dirty, but also because I'm doing nothing but driving today and I like to drive comfortably. And pants just digging into the waistline all day long doesn't tend to feel very good. As of right now, I am down to 810 miles. Alright, so we're down to 810 miles.
You are out of hours of service driving time.
Yesterday we did 595 miles, and that was with getting loaded. That was 10 hours and 29 minutes of driving. I did have that other half an hour to keep going, but there was nothing else. The only other thing I could have done was went 20 miles out of my way and went down to the Loves. That made no sense. I had a shower here at the Petro, so used that up before that expired. Now we have, like I said, 810 miles, 527 miles for today. Today I'm going to finish up at home. I'm going to go to the truck stop. I'm going to basically take an extended 10-hour break. Probably going to get there somewhere around, it's giving me an ETA for 5:45 right now, so that's 6:15 plus maybe an hour for any traffic or anything like that. So between 7 and 7:30 I should be home. Hopefully sooner, but then I can technically, if I get there at 7:30, I could leave at 5:30. But I'm not going to leave until probably noon, 1-2 o'clock in the afternoon, and that'll put me at 283 miles for Sunday. So this load worked out pretty good. Monday morning we'll deliver our first stop, which is going to be that melter machine. I talked to the guy yesterday before I left the facility, and he said what they're going to do is take 2 forklifts, one on each side. They're going to pick it up and have me pull forward, and then they'll drop it down on the ground. But I need to get that off before I get the front stack off. Front stack has to go over to Woburn. I don't know how they pronounce it. I've always pronounced it Woburn. It's W-O-B-U-R-N. That's just north of Boston, the north side of Boston. I'll drop them skids off, have to fold up and put away the tarps and whatnot. depending on how long it takes for all that to happen, I might just flop the tarps over real quick and throw them on the deck and redo them when I get home, or redo them when I get to my next location. The next load, I'll tell you guys on Monday. I don't remember how far it is, but that load picks up somewhere in Massachusetts and it goes to Vermont. It's 170 miles or something like that, paying 700 and something. And the only reason I took it was because, first of all, it's Monday. There's only a few more days before Thanksgiving. Loads are going to slim down very, very quickly. And I just wanted to make a couple more bucks before I ended up deadheading home. And chances are I usually always deadhead home from Massachusetts anyway. So if I can run 1 or 2 short loads, Monday and Tuesday, get back over to the house Wednesday, I'll be pretty happy with that. You figure I'll be at the most 5 hours from home. 5-6 hours, about 6 or 7 hours from home at the most. It's about 350 miles from Boston to the house. So anyway, with all that said, and some probably cut out, we are at 527 miles for today and going to make our way home here shortly. I believe I can start my clock in about 7 minutes. Nope, 5 minutes. But anyway, we'll see you later.
Oh my baby, so I'm crazy. Oh my baby, got me staring at you. So I'm crazy. Won't you bend that back for me? We won't stop. Got your feet both locked. You get to fly with me. I can take you down for a ride. I take you around my life. Jaywalking, crosswalking, lip locking with you. I know it, you know it, we make it.
Didn't help that we lost the bungee on the other side, but I just threw over these 2-inch straps, kind of focus on the middle here where it was bubbling out. Hopefully that'll help keep it together. So we only been driving about 20 minutes and I lost the bungee somewhere. I may have overlooked it when I walked around the trailer this morning, which happens. Yeah, so that's it. So hopefully that'll work. We'll see what happens in a minute here. And then we're just going to keep plugging away at it. We're down to 491 miles now. Alright, still bubbled out a little bit over on this side. I didn't expect to eliminate it completely, but I can see the line a lot better now. and it's 100 times better over here. I mean, there's still going to be some bubbling. I'd have to throw 5 straps in order to cut it all the way down and still have a little bit of bubbling. It's just the nature of the tarp, as the way I look at it. But it's a hell of a lot better than it was. Well, day's going pretty good so far. Just topped off the tanks. Well, emptied out my fuel card. And it topped the tanks off. It was... They stopped, and then I was only able... And usually you can put another, 10 gallons or so in. About 5 gallons in each tank, so I wasn't able to do the extra 5 gallons, or sit there and work the handle for that extra 5 gallons. But they stopped on their own before the money ran out. But we're here in Conneaut, now that I know how to say the name, with 271 miles left to go. Have 3 hours left to drive, but I didn't want to. Well, I had 3.5 hours when I got here. I didn't want to stop. At 70 miles an hour, I can make it there in just under 4 hours. But I didn't want to stop again and take another 30-minute break. So with getting fuel, coming over here, parking, because I don't take 30 minutes in the fuel island. I was already looking at like 5 minutes or something like that after going to the bathroom and getting something to eat from Subway, salad from Subway, and coming back out to the truck. I just checked the securement, made sure everything was tight, and now we're sitting at 20 minutes. So that's all I got. Feeling pretty good wearing the sweats today. Other than that, I have nothing to say. I have nothing to say at all. Other than nothing to say. Either next week or the week of the 26th, the last week of the month. I was thinking about doing it today, but I just want to get home. And tomorrow is just about getting to the delivery and getting that done. But either the beginning of next week, which I don't see that happening, other than the possibility of doing it on my way back home, I'm going to get the steers rotated. They have been on there for almost 30,000 miles now, which is a lot longer than I wanted to do. They're riding, they're wearing pretty evenly. Wow. But I want to get in the habit of doing them every 20,000 miles. Just because that's going to be my second. I've already had 2 sets of steers on here since I got the truck. 200,000 and 220,000 miles ago or something like that. The first set where it wore off, and I thought that was a little of me and the wear and tear. Me, because I had a hole in that tire, in my right tire, which I was able to plug it, but the plug didn't set right, and I had to keep filling it up a couple times, and then finally was able to yank that plug out and redo it. But by that time the damage was already there, the wear and tear was already there, and it just took off the outer edge of the tire. With my last set, they pretty much did the same exact thing without the hole in the tire. Just kept it wear down the right shoulder of the right tire. I did the rotation on them. Same thing with I did rotation on all the tires. I did rotation on the steers, and I did rotation on the drives. And that seemed to help slow it down. But because that tire was already too far gone, it was pretty much pointless. That's why I had to rush to get the tires changed. That's why I rushed and put on the cheap Dayton tires. But again, we're going to see how long they last. We're going to see if they last 100,000 miles just as well as the Bridgestones. I think it was Bridgestones that I had on there. If they last just as long as them, why would I spend twice the amount of money on a tire if they're lasting the same amount of time? So, I don't know. We're going to see how long they go. Like I said, we're sitting at 30,000 miles right now. We're not showing very much wear and tear on them yet. I'll be checking when I do the rotation. I'll check the depth, and if the depth, well, we'll know by then what the depth is, and we'll see how much wear and tear we have on it. But that's a little rambling for right now. We're gonna get out of here. We got 5 more minutes to chat on the salad a little bit and then take off. So yeah.
Me, myself, and I, at least give it a try. Sometimes we're just ourselves and not with someone else. Me, myself, and I, at least give it a try. Sometimes we're just ourselves and not with someone else.
Alright, we made it home. Everything's in the van, getting ready to pull out of here in a minute. See you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Stay safe and have a good day. See you.